Yo! Video games.
Metroid was a game where it's just like, I'm gonna look all the way. I'm gonna
Yeah.
and that was like, whoa, that's so cool.
Well, she can fully move around in Super. This one is just like up, down, left, right.
Yeah, but like being able to aim
Yeah.
was kind of like revolutionary. You know, it was kind of like, whoa, what the hell? You checked out this Metroid game? And I tried it and I was like, yeah, but it's that was like the first kind of conscious moment where it's like, but Mega Man's better. Like, identifying that not all games are the same, not all of them are like good, you know?
Simmons, is Metroid 2 the best Metroid out of all the series?
God, no.
Oh.
Super Metroid.
Metroid 2, Super Metroid, yeah.
No. Metroid 2 is a thing that exists on...
It is.
It's like
Metroid
Game
2,
Boy.
Return of Samus on Game Boy.
I never even thought
Yeah,
Metroid
And Super
3.
Metroid is Metroid 3.
That was the 3D one, right?
That's Super
No,
Metroid.
that's Super-
Super Metroid is Metroid 3.
What's the one that first showed up on GameCube?
Prime.
Prime, that's the 3D one. There's too many fucking Metroids.
And not enough Donkey Kongs.
Damn. So Super Metroid is the best Metroid of all time.
Probably.
Considered, yes. Like, yes, it's a goddamn masterpiece.
Wow.
Especially for when it came out. But
Super Metroid, Zero
And
Mission,
you recently
Prime.
played it. You didn't.
I did.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's really good. I was like legit impressed. It made me a Metroid Wii. I actually liked it a lot. But I like Metroid Dread more. Because Metroid Dread is effectively it's the 2D Metroid like this. Came out on Switch. It's great. It's so much fucking fun.
Is it a sequel or is it?
It's like a
Yeah, it's
sequel
5.
to
It is-
Super Metroid.
It is Metroid 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, technically.
It literally
It comes
says
after
5.
Fusion.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So it's technically Metroid 5, and it's great. Like, it's fucking, if you haven't played it and you like Metroid in any way,
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Dread's
Because the problem with Super Metroid is that the combat sucks. Like, actually fighting monsters and enemies and shit isn't particularly, like...
The exploration.
The exploration is really cool.
Yeah, that's
but,
what-
like, the engagements of enemies is not particularly good.
Yeah.
It's okay. So, Dread fixes that straight up. Like, it fixes that. It has a lot of fun engagement and cool puzzles and nice exploration and all this shit. I really, really, really enjoyed Metroid Dread.
A lot of that shit was introduced in the Metroid 2 remake on the 3DS.
Yes, those concepts
But
and shit.
yeah, like everyone's was kind of hoping that was gonna
Counter
get like,
and all that
like a
shit.
Switch port or that, but it never happened. Or
I will play Zero Mission once there's like another Metroid game like that. I'll play Zero Mission. I'll play
Stand on
Metroid
that
Fusion.
thing. Say Mario.
Fusion's good too. A little talky though.
Yeah, it's a little story heavy.
Yeah, that's because that's when Sakamoto started losing his fucking mind and wanted to have like a fucking weird overarching narrative on Metroid when
And then
nobody wanted,
obviously
like,
we know where that goes.
yeah, nobody wanted to see wanted to
baby.
hear Samus's inner thoughts.
The baby.
The baby.
Yeah, it'll be fun playing Metroid Fusion and having no idea. Like, no clue, you know?
And the mystery is the best part.
Mystery is the best part,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
That's why I like Metroid Super Metroid a lot. Like, having no clue. And finding ways to, like, solve Samus puzzles and doing them, completing them. Mind you, I completed all these puzzles, but I would do it the hardest way you possibly could. That's just and the chat learned something about me. Max will solve a puzzle in a game, but make it so difficult on himself for no reason. Like, I don't know. For some reason, it's like the only way in my head that I have to do this.
Yeah.
I have this weird innate ability to play Metroid games and solve their puzzles of like, how do I get Samus over here to do that? I'll complete it, but I'll do it in the weirdest, most obtuse fucking way possible. I did it in Super Metroid several times and Metroid Dread several times. But it's like, I don't know how the fuck you did it that way, but you could do it this way, and I'm like, oh, that's way easier.
This is why you like doing PC stuff, because you like fucking dealing with the most difficult fucking bullshit.
For some reason, my
Fucking-
brain, the solution is the most complicated thing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? Making things difficult for yourself.
I do, but I do look cool doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck did he do it that way? It's like Photoshop. Metroid games are like Photoshop to me. You can complete the same task like 6 different ways.
Jesus. Puzzle god. I don't think you're supposed to be here, dude. You're like traveling areas that you're not even. Because
Oh fucking no, dude! It's Metroid. It's Metroid
it was-
1.
You're supposed to
you're
get
just
lost and
traveling,
shit.
yeah. You're just traveling at this point. Motherfuckers everywhere. And then this one you get rockets too, right? The handgun rockets. Oh,
Yeah,
well, the dead end.
yeah, missiles, I know that.
So you gotta go to right.
There goes somewhere.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like, no shit. 90% of Metroid games are walking around and figuring out where you have to go.
Yeah.
Like on your first playthrough, people forget this, that most of these games are just like looking around in, and Super Metroid has a fuckload of that.
This is why
Almost too much, and Metroid Dread doesn't as much. Like if you want to be a completionist, Dread is very much like gets you to go and look around for everything, right?
Yeah.
But Super Metroid, even if I was just like, I'm just trying to push story, where the fuck do I go? And it's like a little obtuse how you get there.
Nice. Wow, I give you 30. What the fuck? This is the importance of Nintendo Power.
Yes, and it was like literally
those days.
the reason those things existed, because it's
to
like
get the information.
the solutions to the shit are not clear.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of like Metroid Dread fixes. Like it's a pretty well paced game of like, where do I go? What do I do? You know, makes the map kind of like the map is functional.
Right, like
see
you
where
understand
need
where you're supposed to go and shit like that.
And there's moments where it's like, oh, I see where I need to go, but I don't know how to accomplish it. You know, like now you have to solve it, which is fun.
It's crazy, man. If there wasn't, if we had internet in those days, dude, there'd be zero reason for fucking those magazines. Those magazines would be.
That was the information distribution.
Yeah, it was
printed
like the
text.
only place that we could actually get that information for all those games.
Isn't it weird to think that
Like random people now just give us everything.
here I propose a concept, and most of the people in the chat will relate with this because it is, you know, God early in the morning on a Monday and you're watching NES games with us. But
Thank you, chat.
Isn't it weird that we come from a generation where knowledge was valuable?
Yeah.
Right? Where knowledge was knowing something had value.
I still say it is valuable, right?
Is it?
Yeah. It's just it depends on who wants it.
Like, well, it's so the difference is that like acquiring knowledge was valuable.
Yeah.
Like getting to know that something can be done that way. That doesn't exist anymore. If you want to know anything about anything works, or you can do anything, you can watch a video on it, or like easily. You don't even have to take courses on shit anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Like they used to sell knowledge like over the phone in literally Nintendo hotlines for video games.
If you go to college, you still need that. Oh, damn, yeah, you need something special. Yeah, if you go to college, you still need to own said book of valuable knowledge in order to pass said course.
Well, right. But do you know?
But you could, yeah.
They make you.
Yeah, they make you.
Like you went to college at the same time we did. They make you get those books, even though you clearly could just go get them for much cheaper, if not just half the book in PDF format or from some shit.
Like when it comes to like electronics, you could probably learn that shit online.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that like?
But when it comes to like medical and shit like that, you probably want to get them.
Oh yeah, because that's actually like practice.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's a practice that you have to get. I'm saying general like knowledge about how things work.
Yeah. That
like for example,
that's like this now.
if you're fucking you had no idea how to change like a tire on a car or some shit.
Yeah.
You were just if you just
fucked.
didn't have a parent that taught you that, you were fucked.
You're absolutely cooked.
Like I'm saying, the education is different.
Yeah.
Education is like where it's actually taught by somebody who's an expert in the field, and they're
like
pretty much giving you their fucking like life experience with this shit. So
yeah, that's why you needed the parents at that point.
That's different.
Yeah.
Like, an education is different. I'm saying a general like knowledge of anything is free and easily available and not valuable anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
I get that's what you're saying. Is that there's so much of it now that it's not.
It's just everything. Like I learned how to become an editor from fucking YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Googling shit. Just like, hey, like it's crazy. Programmers talk about this where it's like, when you're a programmer, what do? Well, you eventually run into a problem and you just Google a problem.
Yeah.
You find a ton of other people that have the same problem and here's their solution.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Forums.
so where did that start?
Yeah.
Like, brother, like how
somebody figured it out
the
and
process
they
of like where did that begin? It's so fucking bizarre to me how different that is compared to when we were unable to get that.
Yeah, I experienced that when I went to college for radio, television, and film. I went to a course and I learned through fucking teachers and very expensive fucking equipment how to use a program called Pro Tools so that I can make music off of that fucking program. Fast forward to 2025, every fucking motherfucker on the planet has their own software that they can use to make their own music on that shit, and you don't have to go through an entire studio and pay $100 an hour to do that shit because the information is so freeforming, which is what I wish I had when I was fucking younger. But at the time, you needed to go to that $100 fucking an hour studio, and you needed to get that kind of education from a prestigious college to get that shit, and that stuff was valuable. And if you had it, you would charge somebody else to get that kind of information because it wasn't easy. Now, you just go on YouTube, it's like, oh yeah, this is how you make a song.
So now it's not even as much about like the knowledge of something. It feels like, you know, this happens with just time as things exist for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Like the people that were good at things, whatever they were before, were pretty good at them, but are they nearly as good as the people that are good at said things now? People now are crazy at things, dude. Yeah. And it's mostly down to that, well, the knowledge is everywhere.
Yeah.
So like the average abilities of most people at some of these things has gotten exponentially higher in many ways. But it does come down to one thing, even though knowledge isn't as like valuable and as much of a commodity as it used to be, because it's so easily accessible, how much time you put into it now is worth way more.
Yeah.
Because there's so many options. Like you can just become fucking anything, dude. I'm just gonna go learn how to do this. I can just figure that out.
And I think that's why the AI argument is going crazy right now, because so many people can do so much with AI without having it to spend all the time putting it together, because they're letting somebody else do it.
So I'll boil down like the Ghibli AI argument really quick. It removes the humanity from art. Like
yeah.
So the whole point of art is that you struggle. The whole point of it is that you go through a process where you learn something about yourself when you are creating art, visual art, music art, anything.
Yeah.
You go through something where you're putting a little bit of yourself into this. That's what makes people relate with art.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it existing. It's soulless.
Yeah.
It is just a piece of media that exists in some way. So that's like the whole point of Miyazaki's art style. It's a part of him, and he's sharing that part of himself with the world.
Yeah.
And the world resonates with it. When you have like the fucking White House or Joe Schmo doing their shit, they are just skipping to the end, and it's soulless.
Yeah.
It just looks cool, and I get it. That's what art feels like to most people. Like that is what being creative is to most people. I just like thing.
Yeah.
But when you like actually share and expose a part of yourself in what you do in your craft, and you show like what is effectively your weakness, your empathy, and you get other people on board with you, that is art. That's like the whole point of art. So when you take that away, it's gross.
Yeah.
Like it's literally anti-human shit, in my opinion.
I think the biggest part of that is the fact that not only is it soulless, but it's stolen.
It's literally stolen. It doesn't exist without the input of people.
Of the original artist in the first place. So
it doesn't exist.
So the AI art isn't AIs.
I don't know how that shit is fucking legal in any. The fact that it is legal, I think, is gross.
Yeah.
That those models were literally trained on every single frame of animation in those movies and shit.
Right.
I think that's disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. So it's from
That's
somebody
just
else.
ours now. You know, it's like, oh, dude. And yeah, sure, it's neat. It's neat that it can do that, and that's the best that I'll give the term is that neat.
7 fucking pixels, bro.
I don't want to see it anymore though.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's what the crazy thing is, that people much richer than you have invested so much money into it that
there's so much money of their time.
Yeah.
Like it is just being fed into something, turned into something to look like a thing.
Yeah. It's going to be successful no matter what, because they put that much into marketing. Like it has to work. Like that's how they.
Here's the thing:
look at it.
It's going to be successful to a degree until it's not monetarily successful. And the biggest problem with AI is that it isn't free. And I don't mean it isn't free as in like, you know, I don't even know how that shit works. How like people use ChatGPT, people use this image generating stuff. I don't know if it costs money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does.
But it costs a lot of money to actually produce it.
Yeah, to make it. For it to actually be, yeah.
Like it costs a fuckload of money to create that.
Yeah.
To get computers to produce those images. So that's kind of the thing, is that there's going to get to a point where it's like, oh yeah, we're trying to get everybody on board with this, but eventually it takes like a pretty big toll in terms of energy.
Yes.
And in its totality.
And so that energy is not free.
It's not free. Yeah, that costs money.
Yes,
you know?
that is the thing that is what the billionaires have been investing in.
Yeah.
Is the fact that stuff is worth the amount of money. And it's the same thing with Netflix. It's the same thing with Amazon. All of these, and the same thing with Twitch. they're investing in something early at a loss, so that it becomes they're the only ones that are capitalizing on something that will become profitable later. That's they're always
the
there.
idea.
They're all doing the
Get
same
ahead of
shit.
it,
Yeah, they get ahead of the game. So it's not profitable now, but when it does, they're gonna be the kings of that shit. So four? Oh sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I'm lost in this game.
And I'm lost in this game. Yes,
And that is a Metroid.
there it is. Metroid.
There's no map on this one.
All right, Chad. Yeah, you don't want to get me talking about AI bullshit. You know, it just makes me mad. It just makes me like upset.
The Matrix is coming. Yep.
No, it's gonna be much lamer than that, dude. As we have learned, like, it's gonna be done by much lamer people.
Yeah.
like those the fictions that are built in our head are being fabricated in a dystopian future of enemies that are kind of like evil and cool.
Yeah.
And the more we learn about how that is operating in real life is that they are not cool. They're like the lamest fucking people.
Ones and zeros, man. That's what we're gonna be fighting against pretty soon. So it's how the market is going.
Evil was never cool. I mean, it's definitely proposed that it was.
Well, like
cool.
I said, when we were kids growing up, we had Lex Luthor and Superman emissaries.
Decepticons.
We had Xanatos.
Decepticons.
You know, we
Agent
had
Smith.
We had even
Darth
Scrooge.
fucking Vader.
We had Scrooge McDuck. My point is like the billionaires in our childhood, the billionaire villains from our
Bruce
childhood
Wayne,
cartoons,
you know,
were just way smarter.
they were way fucking smarter.
Way smarter and way less petty and way less stupid.
And because they got to where they were in many of those situations, not in the same means that modern power has.
Right.
You know? Which is just to eat. Just to consume.
Yeah.
They just got there by pure consumption. If anything, it's much closer to like the fat dude from Dune.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it sounds crazy.
That's the way I
Dune.
I still haven't seen part 2. I need to go see that.
I would probably sleep easier if real billionaires were like Xanatos.
And they're actually smart.
Yeah, actually
know.
smart.
There you go.
Hey, this will look great.
Yeah. So now I think you can take out
Red doors.
yeah, the red doors. Yep. There it is. But I remember I think part 1 had the floor bomb, right? Or no?
I think, yeah, it does.
Yeah, the roll bomb, I mean, yeah.
Bomb. Whatever. Ow.
And here's the thing, it's like I do think all this AI shit is gonna come to a head eventually where they'll start making like, you know, actual things that are made with AI, and they're just gonna be like awful. Like they're gonna look pretty but be awful.
I think
Because AI can't write a captivating story.
I think AI is gonna implode in on itself and start ripping off from other AI. And
Yeah, well, that's absolutely it, dude. And then
It'll
it's
start
just
ripping
gonna
off.
be like a videotape of a videotape of a videotape.
Yeah, it'll just
It's gonna
implode
be
on itself.
multiplicity, dude.
Yeah, it'll implode on itself eventually. But not before the billionaires make their money. Oh, you're in trouble.
That shit is already happening.
Yeah. I would have kept going that way. I think there's more down there.
Maybe. But it don't matter.
Damn.
None of this matters.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like, I love that analogy. My last thought on this situation is, I love the analogy where AI and, like, robots and shit were supposed to exist to do the dishes and do our laundry and clean our homes, right? So that we could have more free time for art. Not the other way around.
Yeah, well, that was the point of that episode in Star Wars. God.
Star Wars, Star Trek?
No, Star Wars. It's the little episode of the Mandalorian. He went to a distant planet and the planet was basically controlled by mostly robots, and the people were the ones that were just doing recreational shit while the robots did all of the fucking
The art?
Yeah, the art and the remedial stuff that was in it. So people just literally had time to just do things that they wanted to. And majority of the robots in the city or in that world were just, you know, server robots or whatever like that. So the point of it was that it was showing a different outlook outside of the idea of, well, robots are just gonna kill everybody. More than likely that's not gonna happen. More than likely robots will just take over all of the jobs and people will have more time to do recreational stuff and they'll have to find a way to earn money outside of doing their remedial jobs. How that's gonna work, we don't know, but
It's called universal basic income.
yeah,
It scares the shit
out of a lot of people. But once robots start taking over the jobs and shit like that, yes, the government will have to figure something out.
I mean,
where
that is happening. Right?
yeah, and that's the thing that worries people is that they don't know how to address that or how to approach it. But it will happen because they're going to take the jobs. Like there's
Well,
no way
it's
around
not that
it.
robots are taking their jobs. It's that corporations would much rather
Yes,
have
absolutely.
something replace a human.
Human, yes, absolutely. Like that's the whole McDonald's thing. It's like, oh well, you need a higher wage because you need to earn a living. Well, if you do that, then they have to hire less people. So if they hire less people, no one is going to be able to get that job in the first place. So, oh no. Oh, it does work.
Takes
Okay.
3 shots.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say. I was like,
35.
that sucks. I was gonna
The Chozo.
Chuzu.
Hey,
So it's a lose-lose situation. Eventually, gonna have to figure out how to sustain the American society that isn't earning anything.
What I got.
Nope, and it's coming too.
I think you have to put a bomb over there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it.
I ain't got no butt bombs.
He ain't got no butt bombs. Ain't no butt bombs.
I don't know what I got here.
Push start. Maybe it's in your inventory.
Chat, what the hell do you get?
Oh, there's no inventory.
What inventory, Steve?
Oh, damn, get fucked.
Long beam?
Long beam.
Oh, that's nice.
I think I'm like crazy right now.
Gee,
Max,
that's
please.
nice.
Dying.
Okay, I see full screen.
Long beam power up, please.
Long beam.
I do not love Samus's run animation in this
No,
game.
it is goofy
Her
as
sprite
shit.
is really goofy looking.
Goofy as fuck.
Really weird.
It's odd.
That is what they were going for.
But granted, this game predates fucking Mega Man.
Oh yeah, it's an early. It's like one of like within the first year, kind of 86 or something.
And again, this game wasn't particularly successful on the NES either.
No, I mean it was kind
It
of
existed.
successful. I mean, it was one of those. Like,
It was there.
it was there. People kind of talked about it. Like, hey, remember that game here?
It wasn't until part 2 where shit just changed.
Super Metroid Part 3.
Oh, shut up, Simmons. Yes, it was on the next system. It was part 2.
Literally called 3.
2 days for the Switch 2. You getting up early, Steve?
Yeah, totally.
6 a.m. on Wednesday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Switch 2, boys.
Oh boy.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. I give 2 shits about fucking Switch 2. I mean, I'm curious on what games they're gonna have, sure, but you know, it's a system. Gonna get more of them later on too. What are you expecting? What are you anticipating?
I have a big ass gift sub bet list.
Ah, okay.
Big ass.
That's right. Yeah, Simmons, aren't you doing a bingo or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Bingo going. And this is a nothing room.
well, you gotta get over there somewhere. Yeah, yeah, it's a double
It's
jump.
just Ridley and Kraid.
Yeah, you need to.
You have to come back here after you've killed those two. So it's pointless.
I think Arms is gonna get a sequel.
Legs.
Gonna call Legs.
That could be fun.
I'll play that. It has to be called Legs.
Should be called Shins.
No.
Yeah.
Shins.
Damn.
The Arms sequel needs to be called Legs.
Damn.
I have gift sub bets on that.
I see to strap those Joy-Cons to your feet.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Your
sure.
legs.
Whatever.
That works. I'm down with that.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Alright, Chad.
yeah, I'm done.
The next night.